questions now? Yeah. Questions we can take. Question hours. Hmm? Question on what we discussed so far. Hmm? पूछना है कुछ नहीं? So, when you go home, of course, I have sent you the judgment of the Supreme Court uh, dealing with the proposition 321 and 321 CRPC. Please go to that Kerala Assembly case. The High Court judgment also is very good. And Supreme Court judgment today is excellent today. Justice Chandrachud and all. And judgment of the judgment which we dealt now. It's coming out, sorry. Any quick questions? Now, when you go home, some of the judgments on the same point uh, under section 321, right from the year 1957, I'll give the list of judgment. First is a state of Bihar versus Ram Naresh Pandey. That is AIR 1957 Supreme Court, page number 389. Please note that. It's a very leading judgment. State of Bihar versus Ram Naresh Pandey. I think Bihar seems to be on the march ahead in filing good cases. Even the famous Kedarnath's case on sedition also went from Bihar. This is on the point of 321. Then the second judgment is a MN Sarkaria Nair versus PV Balakrishnan. That is AIR 1972 Supreme Court, page number 496. Is also a good judgment under the provisions of 321. Deal with it. Then State of Bihar versus C. Mohapatra is the third judgment which went to Supreme Court. AIR 1977 Supreme Court, page number 903. Then the leading judgment thereafter, Balwant Singh versus State of Bihar again. State of Bihar is a prominent state filing litigation. Balwant Singh versus State of Bihar, AIR 1977 Supreme Court, page number 2265. Please note that is a leading judgment given by Justice Krishna Iyer in that. It says public prosecutor is the primary authority who decides the question of withdrawal from the prosecution. He says that's a very beautiful statement. Subsequently, the law was condensed. Then उसके बाद then another judgment is AIR 1980 Supreme Court 423 Subhash Char versus State. We do not know which state it is. This is again judgment given by Justice Krishna here, who took the same view earlier that the public prosecutor has to do the act, and it is open for him to take the advice of the executive. Then the law was condensed from thereafter in R.K. Jain versus State, AIR 1980 Supreme Court, page number 1510, where the Supreme Court took a mid path, midway, stating that public prosecutor is a minister of justice. That is a Chinnappa Reddy's judgment, who has given a beautiful judgment on that point here. So these are the various judgments on that point. Please go through. Yes. This will bring our session to an end on section 321. Okay. Then, in case you have any answer, we'll answer it. Then I also would like to bring certain other provisions in the CRPC, apart from 321, which is withdrawal. Then how the complaint can be withdrawn, because the various procedure. I'm not going to start the criminal prosecution today. Then other provision will take it. One student had asked me some question on Ayesha Sultana's case. I will give you about it, but uske liye will need to discuss the earlier judgment of the Supreme Court, because you asked me to give discuss about the Aisha's case, isn't it? What is her name? Ayesha Sultana, the filmmaker from Kerala, isn't it? Because it is a case which is sub judice in the court, investigation and progress, and I don't think we should be discussing about it. Except by saying that here, what we can say at the most, she made a statement that is authorities are unleashing bioweapon against the people of Lakshadweep, for which she is being prosecuted, and she has obtained an anticipatory bail, but she ultimately said that here in a heat of discussion and moment has said it. So we should not be discussing this matter. It's a matter of sub judice investigation going on. We can discuss Vinod Dua matter, which is disposed of by the Supreme Court. We can discuss the Kedarnath's matter and other cases relating to sedition. I will discuss with you. Against her, the charges are filed under sedition and under section 153B of the Indian Penal Code. I will require one sitting for discussion on Kedarnath, Vinod Dua, and other cases, important cases on sedition. So, nobody has any question asking me? Nobody has question? Yeah, since we were on the point of the withdrawal, now withdrawal of a prosecution dekh liye. Now, how the complainant can withdraw his case. Yeah, please come to the provisions of. Yeah, since we are discussing the matters with regard to settlement, it is appropriate for me to draw your attention to plea bargaining. सुने आप लोग plea bargaining क्या होता है? Please open section 265A of the CRPC. खोले आपने? Plea bargaining. It is more like a conciliation or settlement or arbitration dispose of the matter, where the accused person undertakes to pay a certain amount and also agrees to go minimum punishment instead of full-fledged punishment. Please note that here. Section 265A. खोल लीजिए जरा. Now, plea bargain is applicable in cases where the punishment not exceeding 7 years is passed. Kindly note that. Yeah? Above 7 years punishment के लिए plea bargain नहीं लगेगा. I mean, non-serious offences only can come for settlement. Somebody involved in murder, robbery, huh? Rape charges, they cannot be plea bargain. Huh? Cheating, misappropriation, 323, 326, all bailable offences, all non-cognizable offences, which is punishable up to 7 years, can be submitted to plea bargaining settlement. Now the authority, because this is at the initial stages, this is initial stages, judicial magistrates who are trying the prosecution are competent to receive application. Who can make the application? But these applications cannot be made by accused persons who are facing socio-economic problem or under money laundering offences. उसमें नहीं कर सकते. Now, application can be made by the accused person here for plea bargaining pending for trial. I mean, it's like an interim application. It's like an interim application made by the accused that my case is pending for trial before this honorable court, and I am desirous of obtaining certain orders, a relief from the court by presenting an application which is called for plea bargaining. This will contain the application along with the affidavit. See section 265B along with the affidavit. Now, what is an affidavit is under order 19 CPC. पढ़े आपने, isn't it? Certain, yes. Now, what should be written by the accused person? The application is being made voluntarily, that he is prepared to undergo punishment to certain extents in lieu of his compensating the other side, the complainant. Then when the application is filed, application accused makes it. Then when the application is filed, it is obligatory for the learned magistrate to issue notice upon the public prosecutor. And when the application is filed, this will be heard in camera. Please note that other public will be asked to go out, because under the scheme of the CRPC, you had learned that open trial is section 272 में पढ़े आपने. Isn't it? Yeah. Camera proceedings, public will not be allowed to attend. And the public prosecutor may oppose the application or he may consent to it. It is not only the public prosecutor, the victim will also be asked to give her say, his or her say. Where the accused undertakes to give compensation and other expenses for disposal of the case. Please note that accused will make the application that I am prepared to undergo punishment to certain extent and I am prepared to pay compensation to the victim and expenses for the trial, and that this honorable court be pleased to dispose of the matter by plea bargaining. When the application is filed, the magistrate will issue notice to the public prosecutor, who is required to obtain the say of the victim. Number 3, since the proceedings are being held in the camera, in the chamber of the learned magistrate, he will tell the accused, look here, you are presenting this application for plea bargain, you are also paying money to the complainant and also paying the out-of-pocket expenses. At the same time, despite paying, you will undergo certain punishment. Please make up your mind. Have you made this application voluntarily? That is the language of 265B, subclause item number B. Then guidelines are given on how the magistrate to proceed. 265C. Number 1, in cases where the case has proceeded under the police report, that means FIR is lodged, then 173 proceedings resorted, police will issue notice to the prosecutor. Even the police officer who investigated the matter will also be heard. And accused and victim will also participate in the meeting to work out the satisfactory disposal of a case. 265C. So this is a conciliation or a mediation meeting in the chamber of the learned judge or in any premises or camera proceeding where public will not be adhered. Yes. Then after issuing the notices, after hearing all the parties, then 265D speaks of report mutually satisfaction of the submitted by the court. The court will submit the report. Court will have to record the finding. The application was made by the accused voluntarily. I have examined him. I asked him, why is he making it? Have you been forced? Is there any pressure from any quarter or any undue influence from anybody? He said no. He said he's making voluntarily and he's prepared to compensate. Then, while disposing of the application and awarding punishment, which may be half, which may be 1/4, and compensation, the learned judge will take into consideration the provisions of Section 360 CRPC dealing with probation of offenders act. He can be let off. He should be a person of good character. Suppose a habitual offender makes the application, probably the magistrate will reject it. Somebody who has committed the offense for the first time, having a clean character, who is a victim of circumstances, young man, in a fit of rage, he has slapped her, him, which he regretted. Case under 323 is filed or 327 is filed. Or it may be a defamation suit, whatever may be, any offense which is punishable up to 7 years. Then the magistrate will invoke Section 360. 360 क्या है जरा खोल लीजिए जरा, पढ़ाता हूँ. Open 360. Order of release on probation of good conduct after admonition. Where any person not under 21 years of age is convicted of an offense punishable with fine only, or with an imprisonment of a term of 7 years, underline this word, fine of 7 years or less. Any person under 21 years of age or any woman is convicted of an offense not punishable with death, imprisonment for life, and no previous conviction is proved against the offender, if it appears to the court before which it is convicted, regard being had to the age, character, or antecedents of the offender and the circumstances in which offense was committed, it is expedient that the offender should be released on probation of good conduct. Court may, instead of sending him once to any punishment, direct the release of the entering into bond with or without sureties to appear and receive sentence when called upon during the period not exceeding 3 years, and the court may in that mean keep the peace and good for good behavior. Suppose, for example, in a match, friendly match being played by the college students, it may be government law college student or degree class student, huh? In a fit of anger, friends आपस में झगड़ा शुरू कर लिए. So they were fighting that in a fit of angry, each person is trying to say that here, I have scored a goal which you have not scored. Referee giving, referee को पकड़ के मार दिए. So 5-6 students have attacked the referee. Maybe in a fit of anger. So it has all rioting has taken place. When the rioting has taken place, a criminal prosecution has been lodged. When a criminal prosecution is launched against 5, 6, 7 people who are young college students, maybe 18, 19-year old, then the referee or the umpire, who is the main complainant, he may have sympathy for the young student. Though I have lodged a complaint, what they have done is wrong, but they have not done it deliberately. Huh? What was done in a fit of anger. So, rioting take place, which is an offense punishable under section 147 of the Indian Penal Code. 147 खोल के देखें, for example, क्या punishment है? Rioting armed with deadly weapon is a punishable for is a big one. 146 करें. Whoever forces violence used for unlawful assembly or any member commission assembly, rioting. Punishment for rioting. Whoever is guilty of rioting shall be punished with imprisonment term which may be 2 years. कितना term है? 2 years and fine. 147 में it is a not even a warrant case, it's a summoned triable case, which is a bailable offense but non-compoundable and triable by the magistrate. So when the young college students, 19-year-old, have attacked the referee in a football match and a complaint is filed, so an application can be filed by the accused person that, my lord, the offense is punishable for 2 years. It's a rioting case. First time we are offenders. We have a clean record. We have a clean record. We are prepared to pay some compensation to the referee for having assaulted him. And we have firm roots in society. We are children from good families. So this honorable court be pleased to resort to the provisions of section 360 CRPC. अभी पे पढ़ा मैंने, हाँ? Releases and bond and probation of good conduct. समझे ना आप? Good conduct में छोड़ेंगे, take a bond. If they come for settling the matter on the plea bargaining, they may tell the magistrate has a right to impose punishment upon them. Please see section 265E. Subclause B check karo. After hearing the parties, the court is of the view that 360, any other law for the time being enforced, attracted in that case, he may release the accused on probation for the benefit of the accused. उसके अंदर mean he need not even go to jail. The punishment prescribed is 2 years for writing. You will let off. Then after hearing the party, court finds that minimum punishment has been provided under the law for the offense committed. It may sentence the accused to half the minimum sentence. So, any particular provisions of law under the IPC or any other law, a minimum punishment, for example, say punishment of 15 days, 1 month is provided for certain offenses. In which event the court may ask you undergo sentence of 1/4. Mean at least 10 days you go to jail. If you do not want to go to jail, this is in cases of people who are not first time offenders. First time offenders can take advantage of 360. But somebody who has committed the offense 2 times, 3 times, but discharged earlier, maybe in a similar offense of writing or under 324, 324 IPC, when you see section 324, 322, grievous mean causing hurt, voluntarily causing hurt, punishment is 3 years term. 323 may the punishment is 1 year. So there are all offenses which are punishable less than 7 years. So the accused persons can take the benefit of plea bargain read with the provisions of section 360, that is a probation of good conduct after admonition. Admonition mean जज साहब आपको एक वार्निंग दे देंगे. In case if you repeat the offense, your bond will be revoked. You will have to undergo a sentence of 6 months. So you will be scared. Please note that here. So this section 360 can be invoked before the magistrate, before the appellate court, before the high court, sessions court, in various offenses which are punishable up to 7 years. Above 7 years, somebody in offenses, in a rape cases, you cannot get this benefit. In offenses of murder, you cannot get it. In offenses of attempt to murder, you cannot get it. Serious offenses are outside the purview of settlement. outside the purview of a plea bargain and outside the purview of a being released on probation of good conduct. ओके, देन उसके बाद देखिए फाइनली क्या होता है इसके अंदर. Then the judgment which may be given by the court is a final judgment, and no appeal lies. Very interesting. See that the provisions of appeal under section 372 you cannot invoke. Isn't it? The appeal provisions contained in chapter 29, section 372 onwards, no appeal can be filed. But what is provided is, please note that, section 265G, finality of the judgment. The judgment delivered by the court under section 265G shall be final and no appeal except leave petition under Article 136, special leave petition, a writ petition under Article 226, 227 of the Constitution lie in the court against the judgment. Why Article 226, 227 and Article 136? What is the purpose? Appeal is not provided, no revision lies. What do you call these provisions of 226, 227? And Article 136 and Article 32? They are known as judicial review powers of the constitutional courts. क्या बोलते हैं? Judicial review. They have a right to examine the constitutionality, because under Article 227, the High Court is acting in a supervisory capacity against all the lower courts in the state. And under Article 136, the Supreme Court extends the umbrella of protection to all judgments given by all courts, all tribunals. So they are known as the Supreme Court's plenary powers. So the judicial review powers of the court, constitutional courts, cannot be taken away. Right to appeal may be taken away, which is a statutory right, but rights under constitutional right under Article 226, 227 and Article 32 cannot be taken away by the legislature. That is why it is. Power of the court in plea bargaining. The court shall have 265H. The court shall have, for the purpose of discharging the function under the chapter, all the powers vested in respect of bail, trial of the offences, matters relating to disposal of a case under this. So, assuming for the sake of argument, the court has arrested a person, it can give bail under section 437, 439 and also 438. Okay. Then detention period 265B, set off against the sentence of imprisonment. So under the scheme of a CRPC, when you open section chapter 20, chapter 32, chapter 32 open करेंगे, there are provisions relating to remission, commutation of sentence. See, execution, suspension, remission, and commutation. Every state has a jail manual. Huh? Despite the fact that a person has been convicted to undergo life imprisonment, the state government, depending upon the good character of the accused, can reduce his sentence. Huh? Like Sanjay Dutt was given remission for substantial years. Time, देखो, several months commuted. It is called commuting the sentences. So this application is made to the jail authorities, and the powers are vested with the state government. Please note that. When the state government is not disposing of your application, you can come to the High Court under Article 226, 227, and Supreme Court under Article 32. So that is the meaning of a remission. यहाँ पे लिखा ना है Section 265. Yes. Relating to disposal of a case. 265(1). Yeah. Power under Section 428. Now 428 CRPC check करो आप. Period of detention undergone by the accused to be set off against the sentence of imprisonment. So, suppose he is convicted for a period of 7 years, then he makes the application for remission. The government may say that your sentence of 2 years will be remitted. So, from the 2 years, say, will be counted from the whatever period of detention you undergone. So, the earlier period which you have gone will be set off. I mean, you will be given discount. Like under the CPC, आपने पढ़े, plaintiff filing a plain defendant can file an application for set off. और set off कभी claim होता है उधर? A plaintiff suit and defendant say in the same contract, plaintiff is filing a suit for specific performance. But defendant will say, plaintiff has committed breaches, I am entitled to damages to the extent of 5 lakhs. So, in a suit where the court is granting specific performance में damages of 10 lakh, 5 lakh can be set off. Adjustment होता है ना money suits के अंदर, claim के अंदर. So similarly, under the CRPC section 428 में, when the accused has undergone a punishment for a particular offense, say for example 307, then he makes the application to the central government or state government or prison authorities that my sentence may kindly be set off or remission may be granted under the prison rules. So while granting remission, his other sentences can be set off. Please know that. Section 428 is very important, especially when you are dealing in the matter of execution. That is a suspension, remission, commutation आता है. Section 413 से लेकर postponement, ये important है. That will come to know. Now come to section 265J. Yes. Then 265K says statement of the accused not to be used. A very important provision. Notwithstanding anything contained in any other law for the time being in force, the statement or fact stated by any accused in the application for plea bargain filed under 265B shall not be used for any other purpose except for the purpose of this chapter. Say, for example, application is made by the accused, I have committed the offense, I am admitting it. Means there's admission of guilt, and I am prepared to pay him compensation. I may be allowed to go punishment only for 1/4 term or probation of conduct. But for some reason, the magistrate rejecting the application. Huh? The magistrate is rejecting the application that his antecedents are not good. The accused has suppressed previous conviction. So application for plea bargain rejected. Can the complainant or any other person aggrieved file suit for malicious prosecution claiming damages using the conviction, his statement under the law? Normally, under the Evidence Act, there is a provision, section 33. Open karo. Previous statement of a person can be used in another proceeding. Section 33 use karo, open karo. Section 33. Relevancy of certain evidence for proving in subsequent proceeding the truth of the fact therein stated. Evidence given by a witness in a judicial proceeding. So criminal proceeding or judicial proceeding, or before any authority by the law to take it relevant for the purpose of proving a subsequent judicial proceeding, or in a later stage of the same judicial proceeding, the truth of the fact which it states when the witness is dead, cannot be found, incapable of giving evidence, or is kept out of the way of the adverse party, cannot be obtained without the amount of delay, so and so. Court can consider unreasonable the precedent adversity. So those statements can be used against him by virtue of section 33. Please see admission. Section 23, admissions in civil cases when relevant. In a civil case, no admission is relevant if made upon so and so. So admissions can be made in civil cases, in criminal cases. So this section 265K tells the previous statement of the accused made for plea bargain cannot be used in any other proceeding. So you cannot resort to the Evidence Act when a suit for defamation is filed for malicious prosecution or any other offense. You cannot use it. Otherwise, the statement under section 33, 24 and also section 32 of the Evidence Act. 32 के अंदर भी चेक करो आप. सेक्शन 32 खोलिए एविडेंस एक्ट. Statement made in the course of a business against the interest of a maker. 32(3), giving opinion relates to relationship, will. 7, documents relating to expenses relevant. So they can be used in other proceeding. But the statement given by the accused in plea bargain cannot be used by virtue of the provisions of section 265K, which is very important. It is kept a secret. It is without prejudice to the rights and contention, is making statement. Similar provision you will find in the provisions of Arbitration Conciliation Act. When conciliation proceeding fail, you cannot use that any other place. Then 25L, non-application, Nakini chapter shall apply to Juvenile Justice Act. So a child below the age of 16 years has been attacked. If he is the victim, you cannot compromise. This is not applicable. So this is the topic so far with relating to withdrawal. Then this is how the criminal cases are withdrawn. The public prosecutor withdraws in 321 and the parties by consent compromise it under plea bargain 265A. Then under section 257, check karo. Under 257, there is a withdrawal of a complaint. See, when it withdrawal, if the complainant at any time before a final order is passed, in any case under this chapter, satisfy the magistrate that there are sufficient ground for permitting the withdraw the complaint against the accused, and if there be more than one accused, against all any of them, magistrate may permit him to withdraw the same and shall thereon acquit the accused and complaint is withdrawn. So, the complaint, this is a complaint under the trial of summons cases by magistrate. A warrant case you cannot withdraw. Please note that. Warrant case to withdraw karne ka to you have to go under 321. If it is compoundable, you can compound under 320. This is a case which is punishable up to 2 years. Can be withdrawn under 257. Then what is permissible for further settlement is section 320. Open karo. Section 320, compounding of offences mean compromising the offences. The offences punishable under the sections of IPC specified in the first column, table not following may be compounded by person mentioned by third column. So this column, remember, compound means settlement. Can be settled. What can be settled? What can be settled? The entire table is there. Go through this. Offences which are punishable for lesser punishment, they are compounded. Husband and wife, 498A complaint. Can it be compounded? (498) cannot be withdrawn. 498 can be withdrawn, not 498A, where cruelty is involved. Please check the list. Item number, table number, person who can withdraw is given here. Cheating can be compound withdrawn. Cheating by impersonation, breach of trust, they all can be withdrawn. 509, that is a provocation. Insulting can be withdrawn. These are all lesser punishment. Certain offense, 498A, the husband and relatives of a husband, women subjected to cruelty. So a table देख लीजिए अब. Then 321 you learn withdrawal from prosecution. So you learned the provisions of Offenders Act. then 360 के अंदर, under the provisions of section 360, you are given protection. Even if you are convicted, double jeopardy can lie against you under section 360 order. It's a conviction recorded. In a probation of good conduct, the judge will be convicting you first. Then will ask for a bond, like a writing case. Young college students, तुम लोग झगड़ा किए, you have been convicted under 147. The magistrate, having sympathy for your age, first time offender, will say on a probation of a good conduct, give a bond, I will release you. But you have broken the bond. You have committed a breach of the terms of a bond. The magistrate told you under the bond, you cannot be visiting the area where the complainant is residing. But you went and gave him again threats. So the order of probation will be cancelled against you. You will be rearrested. So you cannot say, I am entitled to double jeopardy. Double jeopardy protection is withdrawn. Okay. So we'll stop it here today. Anybody want to ask question? पूछ लीजिए. Next lecture will deal with other procedure. Of course, I have to take up the matter with regard to the conducting trial in both civil. उससे पहले some questions have come to me. I will deal with the provisions of 124A sedition cases and the Supreme Court judgment. Supreme Court judgment in that regard. केदारनाथ जजमेंट ले लेंगे. विनोद दुआ का देता हूं मैं आपको फ्राइडे के दिन. We'll deal with Kedarnath, Vinod Dua's case, and even the Kerala lady I'll discuss because the case is not sub judice. So certain leading cases where currently the Supreme Court has passed many orders. But even we cannot discuss Arunav's case because it is pending before the court, where the government of Maharashtra has filed cases. Shall we stop it for the day? You have asked me any question we are having. है कुछ पूछने के लिए नहीं? If you ask me a question, I will be encouraged to do more research for you. That means no question means you have totally understood everything. Right? क्या बात है बताइए ना.
सर काफी अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन हो गया, सो आई डू नॉट थिंक वी हैव एनीथिंग टू आस्क.
Then I only had to ask you any question करके. ठीक है. We'll come up on Friday because we are taking a lot of current topic also. I am relating your topic with the current judgments of the Supreme Court and other High Court. Of course, even questions if you ask me, formulate bataiye. And it's a topic, it's interesting. Both we are correlating to you the provisions of CPC and CRPC, pointing out the section also in Evidence Act. So it will become, you become strong in practice. समझे ना, that is the object. Okay, finally ask anybody, कुछ पूछना है? नहीं. All of you are silent.
We can conclude for the day, sir.
Okay, conclude. I am also tired. I also need a break. Okay.